Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Everyday Pups. I'm super excited today because my guest is Winston, and his mom is the host of Rag Out Loud, so some of you might recognize him. So we're going to get to know Winston and pretty much spend the whole half hour with Krista and Winston today. So if you are watching today I'm broadcasting just slightly differently than normal. I'm going live direct to the Everyday Errands Facebook page as I normally do. So if you're watching there, feel free to comment. We will see those live here in the studio. I'm also going live direct to the Dogs Can Change Lives group page. And we had some trouble in there a couple weeks ago, but they did fix it. I believe the last stream went perfectly into there. So you should be good to go in the group page again today. And then the third place that I am streaming to today is my YouTube channel. And this is the first time I've streamed via StreamYard to my YouTube channel. So I wanted to give it a go and make sure everything's good to go in there so that on Friday, when we have the summit, you'll have that as an option for viewing also. So if you are watching on my personal Facebook page, that's the one place that you're not going to be able to leave comments and have me see them. So if you're watching there, just pop over to my Everyday Errands page. And again, you will be able to converse with us live. So I'm going to go ahead and welcome our guest today. Again, his name is Winston and his mom, Krista, is here with him. Hello, Winston.
Woo, Winston!
How are you, little boy?
I should put his name down there.
Awesome. So we like to get to know the pups here on Everyday Pups. So I'm just going to ask you some questions so that we can get to know Winston a little bit.
You bet.
So, of course, first always tell us what his breed and his age.
Well, Winston just turned 12 a couple of weeks ago, and he is a Norwich Terrier full of personality. Right? Yeah. He's a little sleepy right now. He just woke up.
He does look pretty mellow. I wasn't sure if he was a Norwich or a Cairn Terrier when I first saw him, but he's a Norwich.
He's a Norwich.
And 12 years old, that's amazing. Like, he's getting up there. Is he still pretty spunky? Or?
Oh my gosh. Well, with what I do for a living, he gets the best everything, the best food, the best treats, the best toys. He is super healthy, and yeah, he's still, you wouldn't know, he's 12 going on 2.
Nice. He's living the good life. Right, Winston?
That's right.
So tell us how Winston came into your life.
Well, that's a funny story. I am wild about this breed. And prior to Winston was Higgins. He was also a Norwich Terrier, and he passed at the age of 16. And I looked, these guys are really popular and hard to find, but I looked for a rescue Norwich, and none were available. Are you going to fall asleep on us? None were available at the time. So my mother happened to have a Norwich named Tessa. And she said, I will make you a deal. If you pay for the stud fee, we'll breed Tessa and you get the pick of the litter. Ta-da!
Nice. Yeah, that was so worth it. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. I see that my dad has popped in and is watching, and he's saying hello to you. And
hi,
what
John.
A cute dog.
Yeah. My husband's name is John.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So tell us some of Winston's favorite things.
Well, if we're talking about food, it's probably salmon or popcorn. His eyes get like saucers with either of those. So I think those are his favorite food items. Well, bully sticks. Oh my
yeah.
God. He has bully sticks. And then as far as things to do, I'm so sorry.
That's
Have it
okay.
on Do
Mine
Not
just beeped.
Disturb. That's crazy. Um, Camping, we go camping a lot. We have a travel trailer and we go into the national forests, BLM land, nobody around. And
Love it.
Winston loves that. He chases chipmunks around the campsite and, he thinks he's pretty cool because he gets to be off leash. So
Yeah, yeah.
he's a good traveler. We just went to California last week. So he's in a little carrier right under the seat. He just is excited to go with us. He likes meeting other dogs on our walks. He loves hiking, snowshoeing. I mean, this is a big dog in a little body. He does
Now,
everything with us.
how does he snowshoe though? Does he actually walk on the snow or is he in a pack of some sort?
It depends. If it's packed down enough, he'll just run on the trail. But if it's fresh, then yeah, he'll have to be in the Canine Sport Sack is one of my products that I love, a forward-facing backpack. And he just hangs out and goes along for the ride.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. I also own a canine sport sack that I had purchased for Raja as she got older, and she has used it. I have not had Sasha in it yet, but I do want to train her to go in it because I would love to take her on the bike with me.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah,
going to
stay
have to work
tuned.
on that
Next
this
week,
summer.
I'm going to put a video out. When we were in California, we were in the Canine Sport Sack on a bike on the Strand next to the
Oh,
ocean.
nice.
So stay
Sweet.
tuned.
Yeah, we'll all keep our eye out for that one for
So much
sure.
fun, right, Winston?
Yay. I want to say hello to Stephen Prom, who just joined us. He is a good friend that I met at a Pet Palooza festival a few years ago. So he's been popping in on the lives and been a part of Everyday Errands for a few years now.
Oh, that's great.
So hello, Stephen. All right, so back to Winston. The next thing that I want to know about him is I want to know some of the funny things that he does. What makes you laugh?
Oh my gosh, that's like constant. He's Mr. Entertainment. He, I swear he's like a little man in a fursuit. You know, they know
Yeah.
what you're saying. They know what you're thinking. He does sleep in bed with us, but it has to be later. We get to go to bed, and then around midnight, he wants up. So we put him in bed with us, and he's either on top of the covers or under the covers. But every morning we wake up, and he's little man on the pillow. His head's on the pillow. He's covered halfway, just snoring away. Like, yeah, don't all dogs do this?
Totally, Sasha does. She
Sure.
straight up sleeps right next to me like a person with her head on the pillow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even spoons me, So
For sure.
that's really cute. It's funny. A rabbit could be right in front of him and he doesn't care, keeps on walking. But I'm going to say the word a squirrel. Oh, yeah. He goes crazy. Like he has to have that and runs after him and the scruff of his neck is all up and it's
well, then Winston, you need to come and visit me because I have lots of squirrels at my house and they literally come right up to the window. So all of the dogs that come and stay at my house just love coming here. And okay, I'm not gonna lie, I feed the squirrels peanuts, so that's why they come up on my deck. But so they'll come right up to the door and the dogs just like they go nuts. Except Sasha, she has no interest in them at all. So yeah, Winston should come visit and entertain the squirrels because they're bored with Sasha.
Oh, well, yeah, he would be all over that. And they love taunting him.
They do. They used to do that with Raja. So we may have touched upon it within all of that goodness about Winston, but what's your favorite thing about him?
He's my teacher.
Oh, so on that, and that's actually my next question is, what's the best lesson that he's taught you?
Oh, well, I can say he's my teacher, Marcia, but I'm not saying that I'm the best student. Because when it comes to patience and understanding and take a break. Let's go play. I need to listen better, but that's what he's there for me. I know it. There's so many things that he's trying to teach me.
Yeah,
And I'm slowly learning. But yeah, this little guy, he has the best life. And
I can imagine he does.
yeah, and I need to take more breaks and naps and playtime. And, we take lots of walks and hikes, but there's always room for more.
Yeah, I
you know?
agree. I absolutely agree. I'm quite lucky that I have kind of whittled my life down to a pretty low stress situation for now. So I do have a lot of that time to just relax and just hang out with Sasha or take a walk and then my job right now is walking other dogs too. So I
Right.
really get a lot of that in my life. And I'll tell you what it's truly valuable. Just that downtime, that quietness where you're just with yourself or with your dog and it's quiet and your brain slows down. And
Mhm.
I do some of my best thinking. I get things figured out when I'm out on walks. Yeah, yeah. I'm
I'm with
totally
you.
with you on that.
Yeah. It was walking him that it just came to me to become a canine nutritionist and start my podcast. And you're right.
Awesome transition because I was just going to say, let's talk about Wag Out Loud and what you do, and definitely the nutrition stuff. So yeah, share with us.
Well, we were just on a walk, and I mentioned Higgins, my previous Norwich. He had seizures,
Oh,
and 3 different veterinarians couldn't figure out why. We were looking at getting a second dog. So Pixel was a Norfolk Terrier, and she was already an adult, and the owner said, we aren't selling her unless you feed a raw diet. You have to promise to feed raw. So we're feeding her raw. We might as well feed Higgins raw. Well, guess what? Never had another seizure.
really?
So after that, I've always been fascinated by nutrition. And it was on a walk, gosh, 3 years ago with Winston, that it just came to me that I really want to take a course and get certified in canine nutrition. So that's what happened. And I had a job at the time. So I did the coursework. It took me a year, and oh boy, it was a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Heavy science, of course. But after I did that, instead of just doing one-to-one consulting, I decided to create the podcast and interview phenomenal guests in the industry on canine health and wellness. How can we be our best advocates for our dogs so that, they live a longer and healthier life? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Yeah, you've had some just super interesting posts recently and podcasts recently. In one of them, you were talking about the mat that you got for Winston that has slowed his eating down.
Wow.
And Krista, I'd never really thought about how quickly or how long it's taking Sasha to eat because she doesn't snarf it right down.
Mhm.
But since you had said that Winston started out at 2 minutes or something, and
27
then now
seconds.
it's oh. So I've been watching Sasha. I'm like, wait a minute, how long does it take her to eat? So I've kind of now paid attention to see just how long it's taking her to finish her bowl of food. And she's definitely finishing it in under 3 minutes or right around there,
Mhm.
but not beyond three for sure. So I don't know, is that a good, I mean, is she eating slow enough or would she still benefit from something that would slow her down a little bit?
Well, the product that you're talking about is amazing. It's called the Mine Pet Platter. And it has taught me that we have been feeding wrong all this time. It's more convenience for us that a bowl, like if your dog was in the wild eating, would they prefer to eat out of a bowl, or would they kill prey and, pick and choose what organ meat or muscle meat or stomach contents they're going to eat, and it's on the ground? And I could talk to you for hours about why this is such a great way to feed. They want to be able to see what's around them. They want to be able to go around their meal and sniff out the different aspects and ingredients of their meal. And a bowl doesn't let them do that. That's usually up against a wall. so so yes, this pet platter does slow down the feeding, and it promotes positive licking because it has the grooves and the ridges, and there is such a thing as negative licking. So yeah, that's one of my favorite products. And he went from 27 seconds in the bowl to 4.5 minutes on the pet platter, and you just know he's so much more satisfied. And this is studies on mountain lions and wolves in the wild, how these guys really benefit eating that way.
Yeah.
So if anybody's
Yeah,
interested, go to the website.
27 seconds is pretty dang fast.
That's an inhale. Did you even taste it?
Yeah, like, were you even chewing, buddy? Like, did you even chew it? Oh. So have you seen, like, what is there a difference that you've noticed now that he's slowed down? Like, is his yeah?
Mhm. Yeah, it's just because it's slowed down, and you watch him and he's enjoying it, and he walks around and he chooses what he's going to eat first. And Carol, who created this amazing product, she studied wolves in the wild and how they prefer to eat. And she has a lot of rescues on board that have a pet platter go home with all of the adopted dogs, and has heard stories of, you can take bone broth or goat's milk and freeze it in the little divots on the pet platter. And if you have an anxious dog with separation anxiety, they've done this with dogs. Here you go. It's frozen. Go to town. I'm leaving. And the people come back and the dog is fast asleep next to their pet platter. That it
Oh,
was
wow.
a
I know a dog.
common.
I know a dog named Nemo who needs this. So I'm gonna let his mom, Melissa Saunders, know that she needs to check it out because
Yeah.
yeah, he has separation anxiety. So I used to doggy sit him because, as
Oh,
Melissa used to say, he likes three people, and it was her, her boyfriend, and me, and that was it. Um,
You're
but
in the inner circle.
yes, I was. I was in Nemo Circle. They've moved to Arizona since then.
Mm.
Um, but so I'm pretty sure that he is still having, anxiety issues though, and it makes it hard for them to be able to leave him. So yeah, I'm gonna steer her towards a platter because that sounds perfect for Nemo.
Well, and you get 10% off if you go to my website. All of the products that
Awesome,
I
awesome.
highly recommend have discounts on Wag Out Loud.
So on that note, guys, there it is right at the bottom of the
Woohoo!
screen. You can connect with Krista and Winston, and you can check out the Pet Platter. And what did you say? They get 10% off if they order through your site?
10% off on the pet platter, but that's just one of many products that I have vetted and use and highly recommend. So most of the products on there do offer discounts. So yeah, I invite everybody to check it out. And we've got other great resources on there. Of course, the podcast you can download right from the website or on your favorite podcast platform.
Yes, yes. And I want to encourage you all to do that. I did not plan to share, normally I'll do my little pet parent hack or trick or whatever. And as I got thinking about it today, I'm like, I don't even need to share anything today, because if you guys just go check out Wag Out Loud, you are going to learn so much, so many good, valuable things about your dogs. So, yeah, definitely. Again, it's scrolling at the bottom. Jot that down, wagoutloud.com, and give Krista a like. You're also on Facebook, correct?
Yes,
You're like
Facebook.
everywhere, aren't you? Tell us where everybody can find you. All the many places.
Not everywhere, but let's see. Facebook, Wag Out Loud. Instagram, Wag Out Loud. We have Wag Out Loud on Clubhouse, where I bring on past podcast guests with really hot topics, and it's our chance to open it up to others to comment and ask questions. So that's been a lot of fun as well, if you want to join
Cool.
there.
Yeah, yeah. And when is that on Clubhouse? Do you have a room that you do at a specific time, or?
It depends on the guest. I try to do one or two a week. I just did one this morning. So if you follow the Wag Out Loud Club on Clubhouse, then you'll be alerted to all the great topics and discussions that we have coming up with the experts.
Perfect. I'm going to make sure that I do that tonight on Clubhouse, because I'm not even following you yet on that platform. So I'll make sure that I do that.
Oh, perfect.
Yay. All right. Well, Winston and Krista, I so appreciate you guys being here today. Are there any last parting words that you'd like to leave with the audience before we give our goodbyes?
Oh, Marcia, I appreciate you having us on. And I'm so looking forward to the summit on Friday. The countdown is on, just 2 more days.
Yes, it is.
And I just want to thank all of the dog paw rents out there for those who really want to do better and be the best advocate for their dog's health and wellness. That's what I'm all about. So if anybody has any questions or suggestions, or if you have your favorite product, maybe I don't know about it, please share it with me. There's a Bark About It page and button on my website, and I'd love to hear from you.
Perfect. I love it. Yes. Like I said, guys, I highly encourage you to go check out Wag Out Loud, because there's a ton of good resources there. And Krista is just an amazing person and an amazing dog mom. And I like what she's putting out into the world. So I appreciate you also, Krista.
Oh,
And
thanks,
Winston,
Marcia.
thank you for being my guest today, buddy.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
I'm just getting
Marcia.
yawn from you. All right, Krista, thank you again, and I will see you. And I'm gonna just well, actually, you know what? I'll just keep you on screen while you mentioned the summit. So for those of you watching on Dogs Can Change Lives, you all know it's in 2 days. It's on Friday. If you're watching on Everyday Errands, I put a post up earlier today, and maybe a week or so back, that I'm hosting this summit, and Krista's going to be one of the speakers, and there's going to be some other amazing speakers. So if you haven't already checked that out, just look in the feed. It's there somewhere. Or shoot me a DM if you need an invite, and I will get you in the Dogs Can Change Lives group and get you get things sorted out so that you can be part of the summit. All right, so that's all I have for today. So again, Krista and Winston, thank you. Thank you to everybody who's watching and everybody who's watching the replay. We appreciate it. And have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you Friday, most of you. All right, Krista, I'll see you Friday for sure.
Have a tail wagging day, everybody.
Bye, guys. Bye, Winston.